बातें हैं बातों का क्या, कोई किसी का नहीं ये झूठे नाते हैं नातों का क्या, कसम वादे प्यार वफा सब बातें हैं बातों का क्या.
This is the first episode in a two-part special tribute series in remembrance of veteran Bollywood actor Pran, who died a couple of days ago in Mumbai. Now, Pran is one of a handful of actors who can boast a career that lasted 50, nearly 60 years in Hindi cinema. And of course, he will be remembered as being the ultimate original villain in Hindi cinema. His career begins back in the 50s when he was pitted alongside the likes of Devanand in films like Munimji and Amardeep. And then, of course, he went on to be pitted against Sunil Dutt in Khandan, where he was separating families and mothers from children and so on. And then, of course, he was pitted against Shami Kapoor in Brahmachari, where he was trying to steal Mumtaz from Shami Kapoor. And of course, Pran famously features in the famous song from Brahmachari, "Aaj Kal Tere Mere Pyar Ke Charche Har Zuban Par," as Shami Kapoor is rock and rolling away on the piano. But by the 70s, Pran was a huge actor, and Amitabh Bachchan at that stage in the early 70s was an up-and-coming actor, and the two of them had the opportunity to play alongside each other in Prakash Mehr's Zanjeer, where Amitabh Bachchan plays the young angry man who's a cop, disillusioned with society, who's trying to clean it up in the way that he knows best. And Pran and he come alongside each other and have a fight to sort of fight out who is the winner of the territory. And Pran eventually concedes to Amitabh Bachchan that he's actually tougher than Pran had actually given him credit for, and the two, of course, become friends in the movie. And that was the turn of Pran's career, in a sense, as he then stopped playing sort of villainous roles and started to play these sort of side roles with good intentions. So, of course, Amitabh Bachchan and Pran teamed up together in a few other movies subsequent to Zanjeer, and they were, of course, Nastic, and probably most famously Dawn in 1979, where again Pran plays Jasjeet, or affectionately known as JJ, where, of course, he supports Amitabh Bachchan and is his friend throughout that movie. But of course, Pran went on to play a number of successful roles thereafter, even into the 80s and even into the 90s, where he played with Danny, Anil Kapoor and Manisha Koirala in 1942, A Love Story. And Pran, of course, had many, many famous songs throughout his career as well. It's perhaps not so well known. Now, we'll save the discussion about songs for part 2 of this tribute series, but all I would say about the songs, Pran's songs in this episode, is that most of Pran's songs were sung by the playback singer Manade. Now, of course, it may not have escaped anybody's attention that Manade and Pran are actually in real life around about the same age, and Manade himself has been critically ill in hospital in India over the last few weeks, and it seems in fact that only on the day itself that Pran died, Manade managed to come off a ventilator and is now recovering in India. So whilst we remember Pran in this episode, we also pay our respects and good wishes to Manade and wish him good health. And of course, the song I thought therefore that I would leave you with in this episode is one that pays tribute, of course, to both Manade and Pran, and it is probably the most famous of songs of Manade and of Pran. This is, of course, Kasme Vaade Pyar Wafa Sab Baatein Hain Baaton Ka Kya. This was sung by Manade for Pran in the film Upkar, which of course was made and starred Manoj Kumar. Music was composed by Kalyanji and Anandji. Hope you enjoy this classic track, and see you all for part 2 shortly, and rest in peace, Pran sir.
कसमें वादे प्यार वफा सब बातें हैं बातों का क्या, कसमें वादे प्यार वफा सब बातें हैं बातों का क्या, कोई किसी का नहीं ये झूठे नाते हैं नातों का क्या, कसमें वादे प्यार वफा सब बातें हैं बातों का क्या, सुख में तेरे सुख में तेरे साथ चलेंगे, दुख में सब मुख मोड़ेंगे, दुनिया वाले कसम वादे प्यार वफा सब बात है बातों का क्या, कोई किसी का नहीं ये झूठे नाते हैं नातों का क्या, कसम वादे प्यार वफा सब बात है बातों का क्या।
कसम वादे प्यार वफा सब बातें हैं बातों का क्या, कसम वादे प्यार वफा सब बातें हैं बातों का क्या, कोई किसी का नहीं ये झूठे नाते हैं नातों का क्या, कसम वादे प्यार वफा सब बातें हैं बातों का क्या। सुख में तेरे सुख में तेरे साथ चलेंगे, दुख में सब मुख मोड़ेंगे, दुनिया वाले दुनिया वाले तेरे बनकर तेरा ही दिल तोड़ेंगे, देते हैं भगवान को धोखा, इंसान को क्या छोड़ेंगे, कसम वादे प्यार वफा सब बातें हैं बातों का क्या, कोई किसी का नहीं ये झूठे नाते हैं नातों का क्या, कसम वादे प्यार वफा सब बातें हैं बातों